What's up, yokes?
What's up, yokes? Welcome to our podcast. We are the Sunny Side Up Productions. Add to Green
Add the
Card.
green card. So we are your hosts for today. My name is Jillian Lau.
And I'm Jetro Manzo.
Good morning, Jethro.
Good morning, Jill.
So what are we gonna talk about for today?
I think the perfect topic for us to tackle about today is an SDG, specifically the SDG 12. It's about responsible consumption and production.
Wow, yeah, I think that's quite relevant right now, right? Like nowadays, it's quite relevant because you just came off of a recent pandemic and the overconsumption of plastic is really adamant everywhere. Yeah, don't you think, Jethro?
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, well, in fact, global production of primary plastic is forecasted to reach about like 1,100 million tons, if I remember correctly, by like 2050, which is like crazy. Approximately 36% of all plastic produced is used in packaging, including single use plastic products for food and beverage containers. Approximately 85% of which ends up in landfills or as unregulated waste, which is quite scary. What do you know about this topic, Jethro?
I think we can also relate this to the Philippines. You know that the Philippines is one of the world's worst offenders of marine plastic pollution. It is estimated that 0.28 to 0.25 million tons per year of plastic entering the ocean from coastal areas in Manila Bay. The country almost uses 60 billion, that's a big number, 60 billion sachets a year combined with enhanced production and consumption. And it is leading to a higher waste generation in the Philippines. So let me ask you this question, Jill. What do you know about this topic in the Mindanao?
Well, personally, I don't really know much about this topic in the Mindanao context, Jethro, which is why I'm glad to introduce our guest speaker for today, Yokes. Let's welcome Maria Patricia Ibanez.
What's up, yokes? I'm Maria Patricia H. Ibanez, and thank you for inviting me in this podcast.
Welcome, Pat. So we were just talking about the SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Are you familiar with it?
Yes, I'm familiar with it. Is responsible consumption and production. It refers to the use of resources in a sustainable manner and as well as the reduction of waste and environmental impact across the entire manufacturing and.
So, what can you say about this topic in the Mindanao context, Pat?
Well, I know for a fact that single-use plastics, they're quite popular among low-income households in Mindanao Bays and Oceans because products packaged using them such as toothpaste and coffee in sachets are very cheap. 5 pesos, it can buy you a sachet of shampoo at the friendly Sari Sari store. And I think just recently, last 2021, the Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte, she signed an ordinance banning the use of single.
Wow, that was fascinating. Thank you for your insightful input.
I'm glad you're here, Pat. You can help us shed light on the ongoing issue of the overconsumption of plastic and its damaging effects on the environment. And due to the recent pandemic, most, if not everyone, has bought products through online platforms at least once, contributing to the major issue of plastic pollution.
Yeah, that's right. So through this podcast, Add to Green Cart, we aim to encourage more yokes, for consumer awareness regarding plastic accumulation and environmentally conscious alternatives to product and packaging. We are also promoting integrating sustainability in one's lifestyle, beginning. So while we're on the topic of purchases, have you bought anything recently, Jethro?
I think so. I have actually, yes, I have. I bought some new.
Online. During the pandemic, we really were stuck at home and we had no other means of shopping but online. And well, admittedly, we got bored. So, wow, the e commerce industry really popped off on us, right?
Yes, well, during the pandemic, the e-commerce industry really boomed, and products delivered on people's doorstep are all wrapped in plastic packaging.
That's true, that's true. The parcel alone is made out of plastic, and when you open it, there's also a bubble wrap for protection inside, which is also made of plastic.
Oh yeah, that's right. So what you're saying is when we order online, we tend to produce more and more plastic.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, the YSCP and Greenpeace Philippines said that yearly, each Filipino contributes to at least 12.4 kilos of packaging waste. And these products delivered on people's doorsteps, they often come with a bubble wrap, which according to Green Citizen takes 1,000 years to decompose.
That takes quite a lot of years to decompose.
Yeah, that's quite something to think about. And by then, the more it is produced, used, and put to waste, the landfills will then be full.
And you mentioned a while ago, Pat, you mentioned a while ago that something about Davao City's Mayor Sara Duterte, about the ban of single-use plastics.
Well, the No to Single Use Plastics Ordinance of 2021 was enacted by the Sanggunian on March 2, and recently it was signed by Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio. It will be banning the use of single use plastics in the city, and it will regulate their sale and distribution. Among the products to be prohibited include cups, condiment packets and containers, stirrers, straws, and cutlery.
Wow, that's really cool. I heard that other municipalities or some municipalities are also following the signing of this ordinance.
Yes, and it's high time that they sign ordinances like this to keep us from becoming a polluted country. And as a matter of fact, there's already a Republic Act, the Republic Act of 9003, also known as the Ecological Waste Management Act of 2000, and it provides the necessary policy framework, institutional mechanisms, and mandate to the local government units to at least achieve 25% waste reduction through establishing integrated solid waste management plan to make our place less polluted. That's why you see in schools there are segregation bins everywhere. It's quite required.
Wow. So, in terms of school, I also heard that there are schools that don't allow entry of any plastic at all.
Right. I've heard that too.
Yes, schools like Ateneo de Davao University and University of Southeastern Philippines here in Davao City, they're quite strict when it comes to those.
2, 3, go. Wow, it really all circles back to our SDG 12.
And SDG 12, it really ensures responsible consumption and production patterns. It is key to sustaining the livelihoods of the next generation because unsustainable consumption and production practices are at the basis of the three planetary crises of climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Imagine what will happen to us people if there are no sustainable development goals. Will we take the initiative to at least be responsible consumers?
Wow, you're so right. We really should about being responsible consumers. If we want to see change in the world, we have to start with ourselves. Nako, Jethro, we have to think twice na pala before we buy online.
Tama. You're right. I think we should also buy locally, support local businesses and products made close to home. I think there's a store, the one in the compound called Craft Bulk Foods, I think. Customers can get as much or as little as they want as the items are sold per gram. It is encouraged to bring your own containers as plastic bags are obviously not available in the shop. Not only is Craft Bulk Foods advocating against single-use plastic, but they are also for a healthy lifestyle through healthier food choices. Another store is the refill store. The refill store, is the The customer bringing their own container, which will be refilled with the items in the store. They have available perfumes, ink printers, hand soap, dish soap, purpose cleaners, and all laundry detergents.
Wow, that's fascinating. I'm glad that there are stores here that are taking the lead, taking initiative to be more sustainable. Accessibility really is the first step to buying sustainably. We can look for things as consumers. We can look for things that are made with environmentally friendly methods and materials that includes products made from renewable resources and have a lower carbon footprint and are ethically produced. This could really help us, be more sustainable as consumers and make educated decisions. What are other ways you could think of?
Um, for me, I think we need to advocate for change. This is the most important part. We have to speak out about the necessity of responsible consumption and production. And we have to encourage others to make more environmentally friendly decisions. You can also advocate for change by supporting legislation and organizations that promote sustainability.
I agree. We really should promote more sustainable practices. Let's try to enumerate. Let's make it easier for yolks to take a step towards sustainability. So we can shop from products that focus on sustainability and ethical production methods. Do your research, yolks, and look for brands that value sustainability and ethical production practices. We gave you two stores already, so you can check them out if you're in the area. Through these stores also we can buy only what we need. When shopping, we can resist the urge to overspend. Let's make it easy for ourselves and let's help the environment while doing so. Let's take it easy on our pockets. Before making a purchase, consider whether you truly require the item and whether it can be borrowed or like purchased secondhand instead. Let's choose products with minimal packaging. Packaging can greatly contribute to waste. If you've been listening to our discussion so far, look for products that have minimum packaging or packaging that is manufactured from recycled or sustainable materials. Mm, ano pa ba? What else can you think of, Jethro?
Uh, I think I was saying about this topic. The saying that goes like this: instead of throwing it out, recycle or donate it as much as possible. Use responsible disposal. When you're done with the product, properly dispose.
Wow, I'm really glad that you guys have drawn these conclusions from our discussions. And I've learned a lot today. And I hope that you, yokes, have learned a lot from us as well. And remember to educate yourselves, to buy local and buy sustainably, and advocate for change.
Yokes, being a responsible consumer means making choices that consider environmental, social, and economic impacts of your purchases. Always be an advocate of SDG 12. Be a responsible consumer, Yokes. I'm very grateful for our wonderful speaker, the lovely Patricia Ibanez, as she is very knowledgeable about these kinds of topics.
Yes, I'm so glad to have shared this with you guys and our this. That's all for now. We hope you have a sunny side up day. And don't forget to add the green card. Bye, yolks!
Bye, Yokes.